Do you have a hot tub? If so, you know how important it is to keep that water in balance. If you don't keep it balanced, who knows what's going to happen to that hot tub? In this video, I'm going to show you tips and tricks on how to balance your water and everything you need to know. Hey, hot tubbers, it's Jackie the Hot Tub Lady, and in today's video, we are going to talk about what it takes to balance your hot tub water. It is some really important stuff, and we're definitely going to get into it right away. If you are a saltwater hot tub, this is not the video for you. Please check the video up here in the corner and we will take care of you that way. Everybody else, hang on because we're ready to go. So the first thing that you need to do when it comes to balancing your hot tub is you are going to balance your alkalinity. Super important that you get your alkalinity balanced first. It's going to be 80 to 120 part per million is where you want your alkalinity to be. If you guys have any questions on any of this, I do have a chart on my website. Links are down below, but it's www.thehottublady.co. thehottublady.co. Check it out. Go to the pH and alkalinity dosage charts, and I will actually lay it out just like this right here, just like the video that's on your, or the picture that's on your screen right now. It will be a chart that will tell you exactly what you need to do for your hot tub to actually make that pH and alkalinity balance. There's several pages to it, and we cover all gallonages from, I think, like 150 all the way up to 500 gallons. So everybody's covered in that chart. So definitely go there, get that checked out. It will help you out so much, and it just takes all the guesswork out of it. But for example, if you have low alkalinity is the easiest to fix. So if you have low alkalinity, you're going to get yourself some Spa Guard alkalinity increaser. This is my favorite. There are other products out there. It's sodium bicarbonate is what it is, but this is definitely what you want to get. And the great thing there is a dosage chart on the back of that as well. You guys can kind of check that out, but it is on the back of the bottle. So if you just read your bottles, it'll tell you what to do. If you need to raise your alkalinity, that's really simple to do. You typically add a quarter cup, a half a cup, do it one time, and you're really ready to go. So it's a really simple thing to do to raise your alkalinity. If you've got high alkalinity, which a lot of people in my market actually have really high alkalinity, you need to get that down. And to get that down, you are going to do pH decreaser. So this product here, this is going to be your friend. Buy lots and lots and lots of it. As you can see on this chart right here, and I'll leave it up there for just a second or two. I'll leave all these charts up so you guys can screenshot them if you want to, so you have them. Or otherwise, please just go to the website and download them from there. But it does have a dosage on there on how to lower your pH. However, this is how you lower your alkalinity as well. And it takes a long time to get that alkalinity in line. For example, if you had a 300-gallon hot tub and you are at a 320 part per million of alkalinity, you've got to get that down. And to do that, you're probably going to have to put in 2 to 3 tablespoons of pH decreaser every day for about, I'm guessing, probably 16 days to get that in line. And it's really important that you do that. If you don't do that, things aren't going to work. You're never going to get everything else in line. And it's really important. It is the buffer for everything else. So please get that alkalinity in line. That is the number one thing that you need to fix. So get that fixed. You can use your hot tub during that time frame. So don't overthink it and think, oh, I can't use my hot tub for 16 days. You 100% can use your hot tub for 16 days, but just don't, you got to get it in line. It's going to make it much easier for you to take care of the rest of the hot tub if you do get that in line. So that leads us right into pH. And pH is super important. You need your pH to be at a 7.6. And the reason that you need it to be at a 7.6 is that is the pH of the human eye. That is what your teardrops are actually the pH of those are. So it makes it really comfortable for you to sit in, and it's very, very close to neutral. you can take a look at this chart right here, and it shows what is neutral and what is not neutral. For example, if you take a look at this chart that we're going to bring up here on the screen, you can see like milk is like a 6.0, but if you look at stomach acid, that's a 1.0 for pH. And then you also have battery acid, which would be at a 0. All of these things in that, below that 7.0 of water, everything below that is really acidic, and it will cause a lot of damage to your hot tub. It will pit it out. It will actually eat the metal. It will eat the plastics. It will actually destroy your hot tub. And then if you look at the other half of the scale, this is all very alkaline. So, you know, blood is at 8.0, baking soda is at 9, bleach is a 13, and drain cleaner is a 14. So those are things that will actually are scale forming. So they will actually cause scale on your hot tub, and they'll actually, you know, they'll do things like form scale on the heaters and the motors and break down the pump seals and actually scale up the heaters. It will take that stuff and it will actually really calcify it up, and it'll ruin your hot tub that way. And then really important, if your pH is, let's say for example, your pH is a 8.2, which is very common. I see that a lot. So a pH at 8.2, your chlorine is now a third as effective as it was if it was 7.6. So it's actually costing you money to have a really high pH. If you turn it down to a 7.6, then that chlorine is working at full power, and you're not just putting in chlorine. And when you add chlorine, you're adding calcium. When you're adding all that extra stuff and all those fillers, that it isn't effective, it's just a really big deal. So as you can see from this chart up here, you really, really do want to keep that pH in line. It is the most important, and you cannot get your pH in line unless your alkalinity is in line. So again, real simple stuff to do. If you need to lower your pH, again, here's the chart to lower the pH, and same thing, pH decreaser, same bottle, do the same thing. The chart is also on the back of the bottle if you want to do that. But for example, if you have a 200-gallon hot tub and your pH is 8.4, you need to add 1.5 capfuls of pH decreaser. That's how you lower it. You get it back in line, it'll be 7.6. Now that is if your alkalinity is in line. If your alkalinity is not in line, it won't do that. So balance the alkalinity first and then balance the pH. And if you need to raise your pH, here's the chart for raising your pH increaser. Same bottle, just I'm actually out, so this is actually, but it looks exactly like this. It just says increaser instead of decreaser. Same thing. If your pH is too low, you just add, and that's actually soda ash. So pH decreaser is dry acid, pH increaser is soda ash, and alkalinity increaser is sodium bicarbonate. So that's what the main ingredients of what all those are. So it really big deal. You do want to adjust accordingly, but make sure you check out these charts so you know what's going on and you do things correctly and put the right dosages. But just to recap what we've talked about so far, you want your alkalinity to be between 80 and 120, and you want your pH to be at 7.6. So that takes care of all that. The next thing that you do need to worry about will be your hardness. And again, if you look on your test strip, it does have a scale for where you want to be. On a chlorine, bromine, spa frog, any of those type of hot tubs, you actually want your hardness to be between 150 and 250. Now, I live in a market where that is impossible to do. You cannot get that hardness down without buying some auxiliary products, something like the on-the-go water softener, and I'll put a link for that down below, or the Vanishing Act, and I'll put a link for that down below as well. Those are two really great products that lower your pH, lower your hardness, and they work really well. But they're kind of expensive for what they are. And the thing is, on these type of sanitation systems, you do have to change your water every 3 to 4 months. And when you change your water every 3 to 4 months, you'll have to redo this process every single time. Kind of an expense where you could actually just keep it in line with this product here called Stain and Scale Control. Now, this is going to be the one product that I will tell you that you want to go with the BioGuard brand or the Hot Spring brand. They are the two very best brands. Again, I'll put links for all that down below, but these are the two very best brands. And what these two brands do is you will put in a dosage of, for example, we're going to say 3 ounces per week. So what happens is you got this this calcium molecule floating around looking for another calcium molecule. So as long as you keep those two molecules apart, they can't form scale. So, but once they form scale, they lock together, and then they just keep building and building and building and building, and that becomes a scale-filled environment. So that's when your hot tub, like sometimes you'll fill the shell and it'll feel like sandpaper. That's what's going on with that. Or those heaters will calcify over. I'll put a picture just so you guys can see. And nothing will destroy a heater faster than calcium, or it will also really mess up your pump seals, and pump seals will shut your hot tub down as well. So those are some really big things that you need to do. So you will take care of this by putting 3 ounces of this in once a week. And what happens here is this actually puts, in a lack of better words, you got those calcium molecules, it puts a force field around that molecule so it can't find another one to connect to it. And so it just keeps everything in solution, and then your hot tub is no longer scale forming. Now, a couple warnings about this product. You can overdose it. You can put too much of it in. So definitely read the bottle. Don't put more in than what it recommends. If you do overdose your stain and scale control, you will cloud your hot tub, and there's no way to fix it. You can't shock that out of there. It is actually going to make your hot tub cloudy, and you will actually have to drain the hot tub. So really important that you use the product. I would say it's as important as using oil for the car. So really important that you use it, but it is also really important that you follow the directions and don't overdose it. But this is a big deal. The other thing is this product does contain quite a bit of phosphates. So if you're worried about phosphates, in these type of sanitizing systems, it's not a really big deal, so you can definitely use it. I recommend, in fact, I require my customers to use it, but you don't have to overly worry about it if you are on chlorine, bromine, spa frog, any of those. If you're on a salt system, you probably don't want to be using that product, but you're also going to have your hardness at a much lower. You got to be 75 parts per million or lower on a saltwater hot tub. If you're low, so if you're too low on your hardness, what happens there is that water is super soft, and it is going to find what it needs to balance itself. Water will balance itself no matter what, but at the expense of your hot tub. So if you've got too soft of water, it's going to find the hardness that it needs, and it's going to find that hardness in the shell. It's going to find the hardness in the pumps. It's going to find the hardness in the heaters. It's going to find the hardness in the jets. Anywhere it touches, it is going to pull that hardness out of that product, and so it will balance itself, and that will cause a lot of damage. It will make things really, really brittle. Like if you ever pull your jets out and they just kind of crumble in your hands, and I've seen this, I've actually seen it just literally turn to dust. That is from a hot tub not having enough hardness in it. So it's really important that you keep your hardness where it needs to go. And it's really easy to do. This product here, calcium hardness increaser, literally it's like 2 tablespoons and it's balanced, and you don't have to worry about it again until the next time you actually drain and refill your hot tub. And on that, I'll do a whole nother video on sanitizers, but that is something on this type of sanitizing system. You do want to change your water every 3 to 4 months, and then you start the process all over again. So guys, I hope this was all helpful. I'll have all the links down below where you can find the charts and where you can actually buy all these products. But this is definitely what you need to do for your hot tub. And don't ever hesitate you want to test your hot tub at least once a week with a good quality test strip. Please take your hot tub water into your local dealer. They want to help you out. They want to keep your hot tub running. They aren't just trying to sell you product. They are actually trying to help you out. So please go check them out. And guys, I think you're the absolute best. And you know what? YouTube thinks you should watch this video, actually this video right over here. And I do agree with them. I think it'll be a pretty good video for you to check out as well. I will talk to you guys soon.